talk and write on many, many things. Today, our talk is on something a little wider. It's about the earth. The earth, remember, the place where we live on. There's a lot of talk lately about what's happening to the earth. Today, I was listening to BBC, several religious leaders who've gone to, I think, Greenland, somewhere, to do some prayers to save the earth over there because the ice caps are melting. So, of course, we're all now in Greenland. We are in sunny Singapore. All right. So, this is a topic that is very important. That's on everybody's minds. It's a contemporary topic. It's not something we should just put aside and not think about it, because we are on the earth. We are breathing the air that is on the earth. So, you are here to listen, not to me. Yes? With that, I shall pass you over to Sheikh Hisham Kabani. Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. First of all, I would like to say that every time I come to this country, I feel very happy and very content to see that everything in order and everything peaceful. And it's a unique place because it's in it emerge all kind of and blend in all kind of race and different cultures in one country. And I asked a question, simple questions, because I think I know the answer, but I wanted to make sure that how much is the rate of crime in this country, in Singapore? And I found out that rarely there is a crime, where in other cities, countries, every day you have hundreds of different crimes, killings. What I mean is shootings. Alhamdulillah, you have to be very happy that Allah brought you in this country. And we say, always ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. Obey Allah, obey Prophet, and obey the authorities. May Allah forgive us. Now, coming to that topic, I'm not going to discuss it from a scientific point of view, because I think many of you have already heard or read about problems that facing our planet. And everyone is speaking about how to save the planet from being destroyed, especially where we are living. I would like to say that from day one that we were on earth, from an Islamic point of view or from a religious point of view, there was a crime. And that crime is the beginning of destruction, the destruction of our planet. Because there is a struggle between good and evil, and this struggle never ends. This struggle is always there. And before I come to that struggle, I would like to ask a simple question to Sheikh Mustafa, that he didn't get his name, he didn't earn it, but his parents gave it to him. So I will add on top of it, instead of Mustafa, I add Sheikh Mustafa. Who came with that title? That title, that one who came with that title must have some ears extra that he can hear things that we are not hearing. To hear something like Earth is pleading for a human being is is something extraordinary that people cannot understand how we can hear the earth speaking. But that one who came with that topic was really some inspiration to his heart or to her heart, whoever came with the topic, that this earth is crying, really is crying. It's crying from beginning of Adam alayhi salam, when Allah sent him to earth. And Sayyidina Habil and Qabil were his two sons, and Qabil killed Habil. For what? Because Allah accepted the sacrifice of one, and He did not accept the sacrifice of the second. So from that time, we can feel that, and we can see in Holy Quran how people were coming and beginning slowly in destroying, by saying we are using the facilities that being given to us in order to be able to understand and to build our ma'rifah using nature. But instead of using nature, they were destroying nature. What is nature? Many people think that earth is only the nature. But as Muslims and religious people, everything that God gave to us, Allah gave to us, Allah Azza wa Jal gave to us, is nature. A human being are nature. We are part of that nature. Why we are part of that nature? When Allah wanted to create the Adam, what he ordered Jibreel alayhi salam to go to earth and bring mud, soil from the earth, bring it to paradise, and from it Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam. So we are created from this planet, we are created from this earth. So our destruction also, destroying each other, we are destroying the nature. People speak about pollution. There is a lot of pollution on earth, and now we are going to have this problem of global warming. What about pollution of human beings? Are we polluting each other or not? Are we polluting each other or not? That negative energy that comes from us, that conspiracies, these backbitings, lyings, cheatings, the big eats the small, the strong is the one who can control, and the weak cannot do anything. This kind of problems that we are facing today under the name of nature, it is not only nature of the earth, it's the nature of a human being. How far we are into destroying ourselves. Prophet ﷺ has given his Sahaba a constitution. What is that constitution? It's the Holy Quran. Prophet ﷺ, he brought revelation to us to learn. Someone asked me a simple question, that how we can advance spiritually, how we can be able to find a way that uplift ourselves in order that we will be living as an example, living example for the others. What to answer? Today people, I'm a little bit switching as I come back to the subject. Today people, they ask how we can be a better Muslim. Is not? Everyone when I speak with, they say, make dua. I want to be a better Muslim. To be a better Muslim, Prophet ﷺ said, asks his Sahaba, Man huwa al-muflis? Who is the muflis? Muflis in Arabic is the one who is poor. They said, Ya Rasulullah, the one who is poor or muflis, bankrupted, is the one that he doesn't have any wealth. He said, no, that is not the one who is poor. But the one who is poor is the one that لا عمل له وإن صام وإن صلى, that he has no amal. Allah will not accept his amal even if he prays and he fasts. And this is hadith muttafaqun alayhi, Bukhari and Muslim. How can be that? See, this is where we have to look into the nature of our creation. Is it only the earth is what is important, or also as a human being, we are part of that nature, are we important or not? Always everyone looks outside, outward. Never one looks inward. We want to fix the nature. Okay, what about our nature? What about ourselves, our spirit, our soul? Our soul is a nature. It's coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us. Are we taking care of it correctly? Or I want to take care of the water, how it flows from the Niagara Falls, and how I have to channel them in the right way? That's good. But did we think about our spirit and our soul, how to channel them in the right way in order to be a good person in the community or the society or the country? So Prophet wants to teach Sahaba. He said, who is the poor? Who is the muflis? Who is the bankrupted? He wants to tell them that don't think what if you pray and fast, that's finished. Because today, unfortunately, Sheikh Mustafa, today people don't teach anymore about any kind of spirituality. They teach only the basics of Islam, which are the 5 pillars of Islam. شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وصوم رمضان وحج البيت. If you want to speak about spirituality, they say, oh, what is this? I was in the University of Malayo giving a speech. The professor who is under the dean want to introduce spirituality. He faced a lot of problems because they said, oh, this is not a subject anymore. So what he has to do, he called it spirituality and psychology. What is the difference between spirituality and psychology? Psychology studies the nature of a human being, the character, the behaviors, the behavior of a human being toward themselves and toward the earth, toward each other. In Islam, we are not allowed, even if we want to go higher level of Islam, of spirituality, of maqam al-ihsan, we are not allowed to kill an ant. What about speaking about a global warming? It's huge than an ant. We are killing the whole nature. An ant in Islam is haram to kill. Why? Why? What Allah made halal for us to slaughter is okay, but what Allah did not, you are not allowed to touch it. Why? Allah said in Holy Quran, وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُ. Verily everything on earth is making tasbih to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you cannot understand it, you cannot hear it. If you can hear it, then a lot of things will be changed. Prophet ﷺ was hearing the tasbih al-jibal when he was walking in the valleys of Medina. He was hearing the tasbih of mountains, of the rocks, of the pebbles. That's why Allah said everything making tasbih. If we say about mountains, jamad means solid, they have no life. How they have no life? Prophet Allah said in Holy Quran, everything making tasbih. Prophet ﷺ said mountains making tasbih means they are dead or they are living. Everything is living. So if you harm anything, as if you are harming the Creator. So the subject is really a huge subject. Killing the nature. Nature is asking for the help of a human being. Yes, people can hear that. Because if you don't hear it with your ears, you have, Allah gave you ears in your heart that you can hear these inspirations. And the example is when you sleep, you can hear everything. You can hear in your dream something that is no one else hearing except you. Means hearing is possible without the ears. If Allah wants you to hear, you will hear. And you will hear the nature is crying. So, if that ant is making tasbih and you crush it, what happened? The tasbih of the ant stops. Because you crushed it. Means that praising of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which will be written for the benefit of a human being, tasabih, the tasabih of other than human being are written to the human beings. To those who are sincere and pious, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order His angels and His creation. Even every leaf on the trees are making tasabih. Because Allah said in Holy Quran, وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ. Everything, verily everything is making tasbih. So now, we are crushing the ant. If we are crushing someone that's making tasbih, that we will get benefit of it. We are losing that benefit. So spirituality is not being taught anymore. That is a big harm to nature. Because that's how Prophet ﷺ built his Sahaba on spirituality. Maqamul ihsan and maqamul iman. Maqamul al-ibadat. The ibadat is shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa iqamu as-salah wa ita'u az-zakah wa sawmu ramadan wa hajjul bayt. The structure of the building. So what Prophet said, if your structure of the building, you can be bankrupted even from them. And they said, Ya Rasulullah, how? We will be bankrupted when we are praying and we are fasting. He said, because in the judgment day Allah will call you and ask you what you have done. I prayed, I fast. Okay, no problem. We put them here, all of them on the right side. Let's check what you did on the left side. Did you hurt anyone? So what you want to say? That's the hadith of Prophet ﷺ. Did you backbite anyone? Did you hurt anyone? Did you lie to anyone? Did you conspire against anyone? Did you hate anyone? Did you harm? Did you pain anyone? What do you want to say? No? Can anyone say no? Me? Not him. It's okay. All of us, we cannot say no. It's impossible. If we are harming ourselves by being bankrupted, when you are bankrupted as a citizen, what happened to you? They take you to court. Some people, they say fraud. They take them to prison. So when we are bankrupted from every amal we have done, because of our conspiracies and our cheating and our deceiving, Are we harming ourselves or not? Is not we are harming the nature that Allah gave it to us? That Sheikh Mustafa is very important and delicate. Sayyidina Ali, when Sahaba were asking him, let us finish the hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They said, Ya Rasulullah, how will be bankrupted if he has amal? He said, because Allah will ask him, did you oppress anyone? And he called all these people who are being oppressed, being harmed, and Allah will check them. Okay, you are harmed, take from his good amal for you. Okay, you are okay? Okay. The other one, take from his good amal, take from his amal until he would have nothing left. Then he still owe to those who've been oppressed. Then Allah take from their sayyat, gives to that person. And end up what? With nothing except sayyat on him. Allah sent him to hellfire. And Prophet said, this is the one that he is called bankrupted in the day of judgment. So Sayyidina Ali said, you want to save yourself? You want to save, look at yourself. It's a full nature. You know that we are more complicated than nature itself. Scientifically, we are more complicated with our system, with our body system, with our spirit, with our soul. We are more complicated. Everything is being very well done. Perfect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everything perfect. The blood, how it circulates through the system. The heart, how it is a pumping system, non-stop. The arteries, the capillaries, everything in our system, the kidneys. This is more than nature, and we are harming it. I'm changing the subject a little bit, so don't worry. I will ask Sheikh Mustafa to pardon me because I'm trying to go more toward spirituality and Islamic issues. Kidneys. You know that small kidneys, this big? Now people, they do dialysis. They bring a huge machine like this big in order to clean what the kidney, this small organ like that, it's a small meat, flesh, raw flesh, that can clean the blood as this big machine can do. But the kidney knows what is poison and what is not poison. What is good minerals, what is bad minerals for the body. So what is good minerals, it keep it. What is bad minerals, it throw it. Dialysis machine doesn't know. Dialysis machine throw everything. Doctor here is not? Throw everything. What you have to do, you have to give them back some pills to get back the vitamins, because it throw everything. So that small organ that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to us, are we harming it? Are we keeping it under control? As we were trying to keep the nature under control? We are nature. Prophet ﷺ came to save the nature of a human being. If we save the earth only and we forget about a human being, then who is going to save the nature after everyone will go? There will be nothing left, no one left. If global warming is coming soon, as they say, there might be people will die. And then last day, judgment day comes. Might be, who knows? We have to prepare ourselves. So that small organ, it has more than 1 million pores in it. Correct, doctor? 1 million small holes that through it it can clean the blood and send it clean and take what is not clean and throw it away. Who did that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah wants something perfect to his human being. When Allah created Adam, He wanted with His wisdom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His will. For sure, He didn't want Adam to be in paradise. He wanted to send Adam on earth. Allah made that test to Adam, and he disobeyed. Allah wants a place for Adam to be. Allah created earth. Why not Mars? Why not Venus? Why this earth, that small, tiny planet? If you want to put this galaxy and you want to put the earth in this galaxy, you cannot see it on a map. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose only that? We don't know. So if Allah chose something good for us, means we have to keep it good. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look, he said, "An-nadafatu min al-iman." Hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nadafa, purity and cleanness is from faith. Are we keeping that nature clean? If really we are keeping it clean, then we can say that we have faith. Because Prophet said, "An-nazafatu min al-iman." Our faith is to be clean, to make something clean. Our homes are clean. We try to keep our homes clean, is that? Why we don't try to keep our beaches clean? Why we don't keep our forests clean? Why we don't keep our jungles clean? Why we don't keep our oases clean? Why we don't keep our streets clean? Why we don't keep anything clean? Look, the West. The West is surprising. And the East here, they keep everything clean. We Muslim, I don't understand why we don't keep everything clean. I am not coming against the Muslim, but I am coming against us because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the best of prophets, the seals of messenger, to come and teach us the best of everything. And still we are not trying to be perfect. And not trying to, he said, إِمَاطَةُ الْأَذَى عَنِ الطَّرِيقِ مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said that if you see something wrong or something harming on the street, take it out, take it away, is from faith. إِمَاطَةُ الْأَذَى عَنِ الطَّرِيقِ مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ. If we see a stone in the middle of the road, what we do with it? We go down, take it and put it on the side. If Prophet to that extent was keeping his place, Medina and Mecca, clean, what about us? What about a human being? When for sure nature is asking a human being, keep me clean. Prophet ﷺ kept me clean. Keep me clean. Prophet taught his Sahaba to keep me clean. Keep me clean. He made it a condition that you want to have faith in your heart. Take anything you see on the street that will harm a human being, take it and put it on the side. Those people who are cutting the trees today, what's happening? You are destroying the nature, you are increasing the ozone, you are increasing the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, all kind of poisonous gases you are increasing by cutting these forests. Prophet ﷺ in Hajjat al-Wida', when he was the farewell pilgrimage, what he said, one of his advises, don't cut a tree. Don't cut a tree. What we are doing today, we are cutting not a tree, we are cutting trees. We are cutting countries. We are terrorizing the nature. Not only Muslim, everyone, mankind. Terrorizing the nature. And Prophet ﷺ said, don't cut a tree. Why we are cutting? If for necessity, yes. But if it is not for necessity, why we have to cut? And this is the sign of faith. When we listen to what Prophet ﷺ is saying and we do not obey, Allah said, وَمَا أَتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ. Whatever Prophet comes and give to you, take it. Don't say no. Prophet said to us, don't cut a tree. Why we are cutting a tree? That is a problem. So don't open a phone. The phone is a problem. Because a phone was ringing. So he's a sheikh, we cannot say anything. So what Sayyidina Ali said, in order to clear it and summarize it to Sahaba, he said everything, spirituality, all spirituality, to be a good person in the community, to be good person for this earth, to live happily, everyone to live happily with no problems, you have to look into 4 matters. First, as-sukut. What as-sukut? Sheikh Mustafa, you are here?
Yes.
Okay. As-sukut, he said, to keep silent. Sukut equal silence. Second, he said, an-nutuk. An-nutuk is when you speak, when you give a voice, begin the speech. This is second. Third, he said, another. When you look at something. And then at the end he said, al-harka, the movement. So he ended it with the movement. So it begins with silence, it goes with a speech, then it goes to see, observe, and then go with the action. He said, on these 4 characteristics, everything depends. So what is silence? He said to be silent means try not to talk. Not to talk what? Lahu. You know lahu? Lahu means something that doesn't, nonsense, vague. Something that is not important, like backbiting, like namima, spreading rumors, false rumors, like speaking about people which something not true. So he said, keep silent. Keep silent is better than to talk. And that's why it is said in Arabic, إذا كان السكوت إذا كان الكلام من فضة فالسكوت من ذهب. If words, nutuk, if speaking is from silver, is like silver, silence is like gold. Because when you don't talk, everyone look at you, oh mashallah, this one doesn't talk. When you talk too much, oh, this one is like a radio. Keep talking. People get frustrated. So it's better to keep humble. When you are asked to talk, you talk. When you are not asked to talk, don't talk. So Sayyidina Ali said, you have to be silent until if you need to talk, you talk something with wisdom. Don't talk something with no wisdom. There is no benefit out of it. Like we are speaking about nature today, and someone comes from there and say, oh, come, there is basketball players there, come and look. That is waste, that's lagh. We are speaking something, ma'rifah, knowledge. Someone coming tell you, come and play with me PlayStation or Game Boy. Anyone play PlayStation here? No one? I'm strange. Sheikh Zakaria, you play PlayStation? Then he said, another, your eyes where they look. Do you send them fi rida'illah, in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do you send them where they can see the good? Or you are sending them only where you can make a problem or to look at something haram? Sayyidina Ali said, be careful, Allah gave you these two eyes. This is a nature. If you take the eye and study it, what is the trees? What is physics? Is physics cannot speak in front of the mirrors and the reflections of the eyes. How subhanallah, Allah gave these eyes for us that we can see all these colors. These colors are from what? It's not from nature. Means these eyes also from nature that they can see these colors. They can see everyone. Sayyidina Ali is saying, where you are looking, what you observe, where you sending your eyes to see. Are you looking at something haram or something not haram, halal? If you're looking at something halal, that's very good. If you're looking at something haram, then you have to be careful. Then according to the silence, if you keep quiet, according to you, if you speak, then according to where you observe, the movement comes. Then he said, al-haraka, movement. You have to be careful what kind of movement or action you are doing in your life. Sometimes we look, we see a very nice commercial advertisement on the street, but it's a haram commercial. So what our hearts begin to say, oh, let me go see and what's going on there. So you begin to walk all the way to commit a sin. Like today, you are coming here. It is haram or halal? It's halal. You are coming here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy. Is happy with us. Happy with everyone. They're coming for something halal. So Sayyidina Ali said in his 4 characteristics that he explained, that if you keep these characteristics, but you act on them, not only listen to them and write them, but try to act on them, then you implement what you have learned, and then you can go to a higher station. That's why Prophet ﷺ, when Jibreel alayhi salam came, as narrated by Sayyidina Umar, that when he was asking him about Islam, he said, oh, Islam, okay, these are the 5 pillars of Islam. But this is Islam. This is not Iman. This is to be Muslim, but not to be Mu'min. To be Mu'min is aqa'id. To be Muslim is ibadat. Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammad Rasulullah. That when you say it, you are entering into Islam. Then your prayer, your fasting, your hajj, your charity. But you want higher, you want a vehicle to take you higher, you need Iman. And to be Mu'min is what? آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله وباليوم الآخر وبالقدر خيره وشره. You have to believe in these 6 levels, and you cannot take one out. If you take one out, then the level of Iman being disturbed. Then you cannot, the ladder is of 6 steps of Iman. If you miss one, you cannot reach the highest. It's always broken. You keep falling. So to reach the highest is maqamul al-ihsan. And maqamul al-ihsan is where an-nazafatu min al-iman, where Prophet ﷺ is said purity from faith. Purity for the nature, purity for the earth, purity for yourself, purity for the community, purity for the ummah. To clean everything is from the maqam al-ihsan, where you attain the level of purity of the soul, where Prophet ﷺ said, ما زال عبدي يتقرب إلي بالنوافل حتى أحبه فإذا أحببت كنت سمعه الذي يسمع به وبصره الذي يبصر به ولسانه الذي يتكلم به ويده الذي يبطش به ورجله الذي يمشي به. As long as my servant approaches me through voluntary worshipness, I will love him. What we want more than loving Allah to love us? So for Allah to love us, we have to approach Him through voluntary worshipness. And that's why I come back and say, that earth has to be clean. That earth has to be pure. Like water, crystal pure. This earth has to be pure. That's why Allah said, يَوْمَ نُبَدِّلُ الْأَرْضَ غَيْرَ الْأَرْضِ in Holy Quran. The day where we are going to change the earth for another earth. You heard that before?
Okay.
This is in Holy Quran. يَوْمَ نُبَدِّلُ الْأَرْضَ غَيْرَ الْأَرْضِ وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ مَطْوِيَّاتٌ بِيَمِينِهِ. This you heard. The other one you didn't. When we change the earth to another earth, يَوْمَ نُبَدِّلُ الْأَرْضَ غَيْرَ الْأَرْضِ, because this earth already been bloodshed on it. In day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept a place not pure to judge between His servant. When you go to court, you see the court is shining. The government cannot accept a court place is not clean. It has to be clean. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept earth not clean. Day one, there was bloodshed on earth. There was a crime on earth. So Allah wants to change that earth from this earth to a pure earth. When Allah changed that, this means our earth is not clean. O Muslims, clean your earth, clean your heart, clean your soul. Reach to the level of ihsan. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. To worship Allah as if you are seeing Him. If you are not seeing Him, He is seeing you. So spirituality, unfortunately, is not being anymore a subject for the concern of people. Universities are not teaching. So what is spirituality? Is akhlaq, is the moral character, the moral behaviors. And the moral behaviors leads us to be a better person in the community. And when we are a better person in the community, we look into the environment. That's why people, you see, they are very, very attached to the environment. They call them the green people. If we don't want to call them the green peace, or we call the green people. Green people is those people who love peace, who love to see the environment always clean, always green, not polluted. Prophet ﷺ, what kind of turban he used to wear? Green. Prophet ﷺ used to wear most of his clothes green, because he wants the nature. It's the sign of the nature. It's the sign of the trees. It's the sign of the bushes. It's the sign of the flowers. It's the sign of everything. You like to see everything green. Prophet ﷺ wants to see everything green. Green, the sign of peace, sign of love. Red, sign of bloodshed. No need to see red. Oh, sorry. This is red. For decoration, it's okay. So, Prophet ﷺ wants that nature to be very clean in order that we will be clean. So let us make our life green, our children green, our community green, then we'll live in peace. And I don't think there will be any more problems on earth when we become the guide for others. Let us take the guide. Let the good community, the good people, the believers take the guide and show that they are peaceful and they want cleaning. You go on the highways in America, you see, adopt a highway. It's written, adopt a highway. What's that mean? Means asking companies or individuals to take part of the highway to clean it, to keep it clean. So they say adopt a highway. Go to Arab countries or to subcontinent countries, sorry. They don't say adopt a highway. Abolish a highway, abortion. Throw all your garbage on the road. Throw all your garbage on the highways. There is nothing clean. Everything is not clean. So we as Muslims, we have to be examples for others to keep everything clean. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep us clean. And I will say that we didn't go into the spiritual, into the scientific aspect of it, because that is everyone can read it. But I try to go into the spiritual aspect of it in order that inshallah we can get a benefit out of spirituality. Look forward. My advice is look forward for spirituality. It's a course that is not being taught anymore. When I was in Malaysia this last 10 days, I was giving a speech there in the university, and they were convinced now to create a course called spirituality in religion, because it's needed. I hope that everywhere this spirituality will come back, because Islam is built on spirituality. Islam is built on how to relate to each other and how to be friendship with each other and how people can interact with each other. Prophet ﷺ said, "Ad-deen al-mu'amala." Religion is the relationship between human beings. Religion is the interaction between human beings. Religion is the way you interact with the nature also, with what is around you, how to keep it intact, clean, and not to destroy it. May Allah forgive us, may Allah bless you, and may Allah support all of us and send us to paradise without any question, for the sake of Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. We've had, it's been 1 hour actually.
Oh,
Yes?
it's too much.
Now, so I'm sure a lot of thoughts have come into your mind, right? Or some of you are blanked out lah. But I'm sure there are a lot of thoughts. Some things maybe not clarified or whatever it is. We have a lot of time, so why don't you come forward and say what you have to say. You have a question, a comment, or an opinion you want to throw off. Feel free. The mics are as usual in the middle and the side. Yes, please. Is there a mic on that side? Maybe you can just shout it out. Yeah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I'm turning it to you.
We can hear. We can hear. Yeah.
Is it possible for mankind, in particular the Western world, to prevent global warming through reduction of carbon emissions? Or do you say they have to submit to others' laws and just submit to Islam, basically to the divine laws of Islam? Would that be good?
Do you want to answer this, or shall we take a few more questions?
As you like.
Yes. Maybe we'll take a few questions and address them all together. Some more? Anyone else?
Alhamdulillah, I'm free.
Anyone this side? There are mics here.
No?
No?
It's nice. It's nice. Good students.
So why don't you go ahead? Yes.
The teacher is happy in the class when his student don't ask questions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created creation with bil asbab, we say in Arabic. It's cause and effect. You do this, you get this. You do that, you get that. So it's what you do, you are going to receive. That's why I think if people can help for reducing global warming, it will be great. Not throw everything and say, okay, I want to disturb the whole nature and I'm waiting. No, we have to do something. So countries that they can do something, it is their obligation to do something, because Allah will ask them one day, why you didn't do it? There is a question Allah will ask. Allah will not leave it. If someone harmed a human being, Allah will ask him. If someone harmed nature, because as we said at the beginning, وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ لَا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ, everything is mentioning Allah's name and making praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you harm it, you are harming the Creator. So Allah does not like that. So if countries can come together and do something, we are very happy. If not, we cannot do, me and you cannot do anything. And not the audience, no one can do, except the countries has to come together. So we hope that one day they open their eyes and do something for the benefit of the humankind. If not, then wait, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what I can say, mercy, I hope mercy, not revenge. But there is a question mark, is it revenge or mercy? If it is mercy, alhamdulillah, people will be happy. If it is revenge, then it's not the mistake except those who were able to do something and they did not do it. Thank you.
Yes. Someone else?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I'd like to ask, how do we counter this group of Muslims who are against spirituality in Islam? Like not liking Maulid and Zikr. Thank you very much.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who struggle in Allah's ways, Allah will guide them to His ways. So what we do is we keep talking, we keep working, we keep doing what we can do, and we are waiting from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day that opens the mind of everyone and everyone come together and be one happy family. Thank you.
Yes, some more, this side.
It's good. I see plenty of time now for zikr.
So maybe then I'll ask a question.
Okay.
Sheikh, you've spoken about how the world and generally countries or can do things to stop the destruction of the earth. But what about on individual levels, like people like me and each and every one of us? What is it that we can do, or what we cannot do?
What we can do, I think from a Islamic point of view, religious point of view, Like Sayyidina Isa when he said, if someone beats you on your right face, turn the left one, they can beat you on the left one. So we can say, Ya Rabbi, ihdihim. As Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Rabbi, ihdi qawmi fa'innahum la ya'lamun. Oh Allah, guide my people, they don't know. So for us, as individuals, tiny individuals, I means personal individuals, we cannot do except asking dua, making dua. But if we can come into our area where we are constituents for an MP or someone who is officially responsible, we can come to him and say, can we open this subject in public? And then the other group will say the same thing, the other group will say the same thing, and then it will begin to be slowly coming up. But it is not work of one country. It's work of the big countries, the industrial countries, the countries that has the problem of this kind of pollution. So if these countries are not going to sit and discuss it, I don't think as on individual basis we can do anything. There was someone was saying, I read his article in New York Times, Newsweek. He said that we cannot do anything for global warming if the leaders of the industrial countries are not listening to us. But in any case, it's not going to happen before 2040. So at that time, most of us will have been dying. So it will be the problem of the others. So what we can say, we cannot say anything, we cannot do anything as individuals, but we hope that Allah will guide them, the leaders, and inspire them in order that they can do something for the for future generations.
Yes. Any more questions?
I think they are content. They are happy.
Right then.
There is one
yeah, there's a, yes, Nawab.
I think Muhammad Nasir whispered in his ear to say something.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation as usual, as expected.
Oh, you were yesterday. Oh.
Anyway, you highlighted a very important point about how a lot of Muslim countries do not emphasize too much on environmental issues and stuff like that. But again, when we look at the Muslim countries, often the problem is with poverty. Every year, for example, we have problems in Singapore because our neighbors next door, they just burn forests because they want to clear their lands because the land will get fertile and they will have a new breed of crops. Which is more important to us, alleviating poverty or environmental issue? Or taking care of the environment, which is more important as Muslims? Which do we, emphasize more?
I say both of them. As Muslims, we have to eliminate poverty by rich giving to poor. As Prophet ﷺ, he established the first bank in Islam, or the first bank in that time. It's not necessary in Islam, but it was the first bank on earth, which was that Prophet ﷺ said, Bayt Mal al-Muslimin, Bayt al-Mal. So the house of money, where you are housing money. So Prophet ﷺ housed the money from people who are rich, 2.5% to give the poor. So that is a necessity. We have to do that. And we must not also say that pollution or environmental problem, we must not take care of it now because we want to look at poverty. Poverty never ends. Poverty is going to continue on poverty, but as much as you can help as a rich person, alhamdulillah. Because generation after generation, some generations are poor, some of them are rich. It's continuing, it's a continuing process. And corruption is the problem of the environment. The environmental problem is not a natural problem. It's a corruption problem. These people who are corrupted, they want to take the benefit of the nature in order to fill their pockets with more and more and more and more money. That is the problem. So if we face corruption and stop corruption, especially what you have mentioned, in certain areas where they burn everything and you know for what, that is not naturally it was burned. No, some people burn it in order to make money out of it. So if we stop corruption and industrial countries begin to think about their future for their children, I think they will stop that problem, also the environmental problem. So I think they have to go parallel with each other, the two issues.
Yes, the gentleman at the back again.
If the oil producers and the major fossil fuel burners are not submitting to the Sharia law, how will global warming be stopped if they continue? I mean, unless they submit to the Sharia law, surely that would make sure that the problem will just continue.
Can you elaborate more?
Thanks, sorry. The question is if the oil producers and the major contributors to the greenhouse gases, burning fossil fuels, do not submit to the Sharia law, would that essentially mean that global warming could not be stopped because they're not submitting to God's law? They'll just continue to devastate the world.
It's not submitting to Allah's law and not submitting to any law. This greediness in these countries which Allah gave them oil, they are trying to only benefit from it for their own benefits, not for the benefits of everyone. Because there is a very important hadith that Prophet ﷺ mentioned, since you wrote this subject. الناس شركاء في ثلاث. Human beings are partners in three. النار, fire. والكلى, kala means grass, means vegetation, wherever there is vegetation, wherever there are trees grow, and water. People are partners in these three. So that's why you see wherever there are waters, the country comes and say, oh, the water has been given equally to everyone. Is not? Similarly, wherever there is vegetation, you can grow your crops, you can do everything. The land is fertile, everyone share it together. The fire, Prophet ﷺ, because at that time, people were not yet their mind inclined scientific, because there was no technology or science at that time. So Prophet ﷺ, with his prophetic prediction in the future, he called it fire because from it fire comes. And what he was meaning is the oil. One of the biggest scholars of Islam today, he died, he passed away. He wrote a book on that. And he explained it in details. That people are partners in these three things. So the oil is to be partnership in equal portions with the whole community or the Muslim community in the Muslim countries, wherever there is in a Muslim country oil. But unfortunately, who get the money? Some head of tribes or some head of communities, and the rest are poor. So they don't care for the environment. They don't care for global warming. They care how much they can increase the price until becoming $100 now it's going to happen. Or now it is already in the 70s. It was in the 2 years ago, now in the 70s. Who made that profit? Their pockets. And that's why they are coming very happy, investing money, spending money, entertaining themselves in everything and not caring for all these poor people that they are dying in Africa from AIDS. I remember one time I met with a prime minister, I will not mention his name, in a very near country from here. And he said to me, in the OIC, I said my opinion. I said, come and invest your money in our countries. And the benefit of that money, the interest that you are not taking it from where you are investing your money, we will take it and we will send it to Africa for these poor people to live there. The answer was no. And he said to me, I was so angry, I was scolding them in OIC and said, it is not fair that you don't take the interest on your money. You have to take that interest. If you don't want that interest, we will invest it for you in Islamic way, and that profit will go to the Muslim, he said to the African countries where they have AIDS and where have there all kind of diseases. They refused. So the problem is these people. When Prophet ﷺ said, always make dua, that Allah change their hearts into the best, because you cannot change them. You can make dua in order that Allah will change them, change their hearts, and guide them to the right way, then the Ummah will be rightly guided. So it's very difficult to solve the problem of global warming if these countries, all countries in the United Nations, will not stand and try to find a solution, or else our children or our children of children are going to see the problem and they're going to face it. Now from a religious point of view, I might say to myself, might be it is the last days, might be it is the sign of the last days, might be Allah said that day of judgment is coming, who knows, we don't know. So we keep preparing ourselves and making dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take us on the right way and guide us.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I just have one question. As we all can see today, the current situation of the Muslim Ummah is very disheartening. Everywhere Muslims are being oppressed in every way, economically or morally. Our lands are snatched away from us. Our authority as the guide for mankind is lost. The Khilafat al-Islamiyah itself is lost. How are we Muslims living in Singapore should look towards these matters, and how can we give our assistance to them who are oppressed, especially in Palestine?
MashaAllah, it's a poetry. So as a Singaporean, I think, alhamdulillah, you are living in a good country and you are doing well. And you have right to say whatever you want, no one say to you anything. And what I see is that it is the problem of the Muslim. It's the problem of the Muslim, because are we on haq or batil? And this is the same question I ask every time. What will be the answer? Are we haq or batil? Are we on haq or batil? All of us, we say we are on haq, isn't it? That's why we are losing. Why we are not heard? Why our voice is not being heard? For what? Means Allah is not happy with us. It's not the authority, or it's not the government, it's not the community, it's ourselves. Let us fix ourselves first. Let us make our Lord happy with us. Like Allah be happy with us. First fix ourselves, then look into the situation. But we cannot say, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. Say haqq came and batil gone. So if we are on haqq, we must, people must hear our voice. They are not hearing our voice because Allah is not happy with what we are doing. Look what they are. You speaking about Palestine. What do you want to speak about Palestine? I don't think anyone here knows what is going in Palestine more than the speaker. Because I am from that area, originally Lebanon. And I'm seeing what's going on. They are killing each other, the Palestinians. They are killing each other in the streets, divided. This one say I'm right, this one say I'm right. Yallah, shooting each other, killing each other. This is Islam. This is what we are speaking about Muslims and Islam in that area. So first, let them fix who is going to be the head. There is no head now. Who is going to speak to the other party? There must be a head. There is no head. They are killing each other all the day and night. No one can. They made a Mecca agreement, and they swear on Holy Quran and in Kaaba there that they are going to go back and do everything right. What they did? They went back. They went for some time, very short time, and after that short time, machine guns. So politics we don't like to enter. So it's not our business. It's not our job. But we say that may Allah guide us and guide the whole ummah for the best of the humanity.
Okay, I think we've discussed this issue. Is it okay? One.
Yeah.
Is it very short?
That's short.
Please, yes.
Same one.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My question is actually, well, I guess not only nature is pleading, but mankind itself is also pleading for help. And there's this trend of modernity of society now that people are depression. Depression is the modern illness, it's current illness right now, and especially among youth. What is your advice in regards to depression and how to approach it with spirituality? That's all.
Depression is because of our behaviors. We are looking those who are above us and we cannot reach them. We get depressed. Look at those who are below you and you say, oh, Ya Rabbi, Alhamdulillah, I am okay. There is more there down. That's the problem. So our nature always wants to move higher. It's okay, but you cannot jump the ladder one time. You have to go slowly to reach there. But when you look down, you can take an example that I am better than the others, alhamdulillah. So depression is in every time you see people depressed, but in this century, youth are so depressed because they want to imitate those who have wealth and they cannot. So they get depressed. They want to imitate the West, and from outside is a flashy advertisement of Hollywood and Beverly Hills and all this Las Vegas and all this nightlife and so on, and want to be like that. But people cannot, so they get depressed. What they do, they go and do drugs. Prophet ﷺ found an answer. He gave the answer. It is the responsibility is coming on the parents. And I don't want to say it because parents get upset with me, some parents now here. Children, as soon as they become 18, 19, get them engaged. Let them get married. Because this is what makes things depressed. People are depressed. Because you tell me, oh, you have to study. Okay, you study, finish university 2021. No, now you have to work. Because The girl parents will not accept, except, you have a car? No. Okay, go away. We don't give you our daughter. You have a apartment? No. Okay, go. No daughter. You have jewelry? No, I don't have. I have dates. I can give 100 dates. No, that's in the old time, not today. So the same thing they say to the girl. When the boy comes or when the girl comes, from both sides, and what they are doing today, they go into boyfriend and girlfriend. And then problems will come more and more. The girl doesn't know if he is going to be her husband, or the boy doesn't know if he is going to be she is going to be his wife, and then depression become more and more, and then people are lost. So the best way is to look into our studies. Always, you know, the horses, they put for them what you call that, bridle. When I was young, my parents put for me bridle. They said, don't look right, don't look left. Look forward to finish your study. Get your diploma and then come to ask you want to marry or not. So I was running to study, finish, and quickly to finish my chemistry degree. And then they said, no, it's not enough, you have to study medicine. Then, oh, you're not enough, you are from a family of scholars, you have to study Sharia. But alhamdulillah, it was good. So it depends on the family and it depends on the people. So I hope that inshallah Allah gives subhanahu wa ta'ala give youth happiness and make them not to be depressed, and don't take the pills. These pills that everyone is eating them for depression. Everyone I'm speaking with, Sheikh Mustafa, has a big pouch of pills. I say for what? For depression.
Okay, I think we're out of time. I'm very sorry. Sheikh,
Yes, sir.
it will soon be Ramadan. Next
When?
week, inshallah.
When?
Next week, inshallah.
When?
Thursday.
Okay,
Next
inshallah.
Thursday. So I think maybe before we leave this topic, big topic of the earth, if you could give us 1 or 2 points of advice to prepare for or what to do for this coming Ramadan, I think we'd be very pleased if you could. Yeah.
Ramadan, Allah called it that month like that. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. Ramadan is the month that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent, revealed the Holy Quran to Prophet Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ramadan is the month that will guide you if you are sincere. Allah said in Holy Quran, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. We have revealed the Holy Quran in Ramadan, in the night of power, 27, they say 27 or 29 or 25, whatever. In that night, Allah revealed the Holy Quran. And Allah said, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. It is a huda, a guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we submit ourselves in this month to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we surely find guidance. Don't hesitate. Don't think that, yes, we have depression. Don't think too much about it. Say, Ya Rabbi, I want to be in this Ramadan, as you said in Holy Quran, that this Ramadan is the month that Quran came in and it is guidance for humanity. I want to be guided by you. I am fasting the days from food and fasting from nonsense talking, from backbiting and all the other things that come with it. and I'm going to take the Holy Quran and read it from beginning to end. You think Allah will not guide you? Allah is generous, Huwa al-Karim. Then Allah called Ramadan, Ramadan. Why? Because in Arabic, Ramadan, Yarmud, Ramadan, is to erase. Allah with Ramadan erase the sins. Ramid al-Zunub, Yarmud al-Zunub, erase the sins. So the first 10 days, as we said before, not in this session, but previous, the first 10 days is mercy. Allah sent His mercy on you. The second 10 days is maghfirah. Allah will forgive you. The last 10 days is atkum min al-nar. Allah will free us from hellfire. So if we submit to Allah in Ramadan and do our prayers and do Taraweeh with the Jama'ah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide us and erase our sin as if we are newly born. And not only that, He said atkum min al-nar, free from hellfire. You will get a certificate that you are freed from hellfire. May Allah forgive us in this month that is coming, and let us prepare ourselves for it, not by eating and having hundreds of different food on the tables and dates. Every date is 70 calories. Be careful not to make it fat. So, and dates, and we are breaking fast. We break fast, eat so much of these sambusa and dates that fill our stomach that we cannot pray Maghrib even. What do you think about dinner? Then people begin to be lazy, not breaking Taraweeh even. Eat less. Don't eat too much. Pray Taraweeh and then go and eat. Break your fast, eat little bit. Pray Taraweeh and then go and eat. Then Allah will be happy with you. Don't forget sahur. You have to be awake at sahur, because Prophet ﷺ said sahur is sunnah. You have to be awake at that time. It is the time where angels are coming, bringing that rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is the month of rahmah. May Allah mercy us all.
Right, it's 9:30. That's the end of our talk for today. I would like to thank, I think we all would like to thank Masjid Abdul Alim Siddiq and the management board for going through all the trouble of bringing Sheikh here, right? And arranging for these talks. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them and reward them and give them the energy to continue doing these things, yes?
Inshallah.
Abdul Alim Siddiq Mosque Management Board also wishes everyone a happy Ramadan Mubarak. You know where the mosque is, I suppose. Most of you have been there. I suppose I would like to welcome everyone or invite everyone to go to the mosque, yes, for Taraweeh and for the usual. So in closing, I'd like to invite Sheikh to recite the closing Quran.
You invited everyone to Masjid Abdul Alim Siddiqui. Oh, that is good, but with food or no food?
7 dates, is it?
7 days? 7 days by 7 is 490 calories. 490? No. Yeah, 490 calories. It's like whole meal. You know that? 7 dates. Every date is 70 calories. No, don't cut it. Increase it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashraf al-mursaleen Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma aj'al awwala shahrina shahr Ramadan shahran mubarakan ya Rabbi ya Allah. Allahumma aj'al awwalahu rahmatan wa awsatuhu ni'matan wa akhirahu takrimatan wa maghfirah. الحمد لله الذي تواضع كل شيء لعظمته وذل كل شيء لعزته وخضع كل شيء لملكه واستسلم كل شيء لقدرته والحمد لله الذي سكن كل شيء لهيبته وأظهر كل شيء بحكمته وتصاغر كل شيء لكبريائه. اللهم أيقظنا في أحب الساعات إليك يا ودود يا ذا العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. اللهم اغفر لي ذنوبي ولوالدي وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، واغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان، ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وأدخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار برحمتك يا عزيز يا غفار يا كريم يا ستار يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Before we leave, let us witness on each other that we did shahada in front of each other, that in the judgment day it will be a witness shahada by saying ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Now, inshallah, we are witness on each other that in Judgment Day, Ya Rabbi, Ya Allah, we are witness on each other that we did shahada. We want your witness. You want your angels to be witness on us, and to be your Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be witnessing our shahada, and keep it with him and keep it with your angel for us in the last days, in the judgment day, that when you are going to question us, that our shahada will come and say, Ya Rabbi, we said shahada in front of all these people, all together. Ya Rabbi, forgive us.
That's the end of our session today. Some books for sale outside by Sheikh Hisham Kabani, some light refreshments also outside. And on behalf of Masjid Abdul Alim Siddiq, thank you for coming. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.